Hi, I'm Nick Bauer. I'm the host of Efficiency and Property Investing, a podcast that's out on available all platforms. And I just thought I'd do a quick video to promote this. We recently ran a marketing campaign with great success, and we hit 9,000 subscribers, over 14,000 downloads during the marketing campaign. So you might be asking, well, what is Efficiency and Property Investing as a podcast? Well, it basically covers the efficiency of buildings, resources, etc., and anything to do with property investing, pretty much. So we've had episodes where we find the right mortgage broker, find the right electrician. We've done episodes on heat pumps, air source and ground source heat pumps, EPC assessments, how to get ready for an EPC assessment, and legislation for landlords. And our current episode was released today, and that is the pros and cons of buying a repossession property. So really made up with the fact that we've hit so many subscribers quite quickly. We've been going since February. I was in Thailand, so I recorded the initial bulk of the records while I was in Thailand and sent them over here for Disruptive Media to edit them for me. So a big thanks to Dan and his team at Disruptive Media. They have been absolutely fantastic. I was messaging Rob Moore, and if you don't know who Rob Moore is one of the founders of Progressive Property, multi-millionaire property investor, entrepreneur, speaker. He does loads. Really, really good entrepreneur, very good mentor. I was on one of his Zooms yesterday. We're doing I can't remember, I think it was how to get a business started, an information business started. I put, my podcast has now reached 9,000 subscribers, and we've had over 14,000 downloads. And he said, could you please send that to me and tell me how you've done that? Because obviously it's through his company. And so I did that. And, Rob's having a quick look at that. And he said, I want to help promote you, which is fantastic. And thank you, Rob. I really appreciate that. One of the questions people ask me is, how did you get in? We know how you got into property investing, but how did you get into the efficiency side of it? And there's a little story to it, to be honest with you. I started out in property in 2021, sort of mid to late 2021, and I won awards as the fastest newcomer. We'd offered and completed on 3 properties within 3 months, and offered on a 4th and had the offer accepted. Christmas came and went, and got into January, and then I managed to have a bit of an accident. I fell backwards down a flight of stairs in an old Victorian terrace. Basically, it was one of these properties where you walk to the top of the stairs, you either step up into one bedroom or step into the other bedroom, the bathroom being downstairs. So I stepped in the main bedroom, had a quick look around, great, stepped back down, stepped up in the back bedroom, had a look around, stepped back down. The viewing agent says, have you seen this point? I can't remember what it was, to be honest with you. Stepped up, had a look and went, yeah, seen that, great. Stepped back and there's nothing behind me. So I ended up falling backwards and went downstairs on my back head first. Hit every stair on the way down, so I did it properly. And it must have been like one of those comedies where you're seeing all the way down. And I think, to be honest with you, I'm making light of it, but it was quite serious at the time. The only thing that really saved me was there was a load of packs of Coca-Cola at the bottom, and I think I hit them and bounced off them, which saved me going into the cupboard and must be breaking my neck. As it was, I had a bit of a crunch, and I was lying there, and my vision was doing this, like the old, like the horizontal, the vertical holder gun on it, horizontal holder gun, and it was just like that. And the viewing agent's going, don't worry, I'll ring an ambulance. Going, don't ring an ambulance, because I'm male and stupid. So I managed to haul myself back up, and I was really in a lot of pain. I think I was in shock as well, must be concussed. But anyway, eventually got the viewing agent to drive me home in my car and went to bed. Being male and stupid, I thought I could tough it out. 36 hours later, paramedics had to be called out. I couldn't move. I got to the loo, got back off the loo, managed to get myself decent, and then couldn't move any further. And the paramedics came along, had a look, said, we have to take you into hospital. This was 2:00 in the morning, by the way. So it never happens at the best of times, does it? So ended up in hospital. Got into A&E and got a right royal bollocking off the registrar doctor for not going in when it happened. Said, what are you doing, you stupid person, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it was stupid. I should have gone to hospital straight away. But that registrar doctor and her team of nursing staff, etc., looked after me so well. I can not thank the NHS enough for what they did. They made me comfortable. They scanned me, x-rayed me, pushed me backwards and forwards, got me on a ward, and I ended up, the x-rays came back and I'd fractured 4 vertebrae, 2 thoracic, 2 lumbar. Luckily, nothing had moved, because if anything had moved, I might not be sitting here talking to you now. Or if I was, I might not be able to move my arms and hands or legs and etc. So, God forbid. So I feel exceptionally fortunate for that. So in hospital, the doctor goes, right, that's you. You can't drive for 8 to 12 weeks. We're going to put you in a spinal brace. Whenever you get up and move around, you need to wear this spinal brace. And basically, it just straps you into position so nothing can move around. So, well, I need surgery. He said, no, there's no surgery needed. Nothing's moved. And again, he reiterated how lucky I was. He said, you are just one of the luckiest people around here to survive that. Think yourself lucky, and I do every day, to be honest with you. The upshot of that was I couldn't do my property investing because I couldn't go around and view properties. I couldn't work on one of the ones I bought, so I had to get someone to come in and do some work for me. I was laid up potentially for 3 months. So what do you do then? I'm not someone that sits around, so I'd always had a bit of an interest in legislation. I come from a background of, well, a multi-background. I used to be a manager for a local authority, worked as a trade union rep for health and safety at local, regional, national level for Unison. Legislation is something I've always dealt with, writing projects and stuff like that, project management. It's always something I've been involved in. I was looking around and I thought, well, these EPCs look interesting. And so one of the few things I could do was train online. So I booked myself onto an EPC assessor's course, the EPC retrofit assessor's course, and got qualified in both of those. So that's how my interest in efficiency came about. And I've sort of done lots around that. I don't really do that many assessments anymore. In fact, I haven't done any this year purposefully. I did it because I wanted to know how the system worked, how assessments worked, what the inside of being an assessor was, and get all that together. So that is how I got involved in it. And I sort of gone from there, and I do a little bit of consulting on it now on energy assessment, obviously, as well as doing my own properties. I've now actually back into buying properties. It's taken me most probably to early this year to get virtually fully better from that and recover and be able to put my own socks on. And that's being serious there. I couldn't put my own socks on most probably till last December was the first time I could do it. And it's a humbling process, isn't it? So got myself back to fitness, back into property. We're now on to our 7th one. We've actually got 6, but we sold one last year, did one up and sold one, and now we're just finishing off on our next refurbishment property, looking around for the next one. So that's just a quick overview of how I became a property investor. Well, I became a property investor, how I got into efficiency, EPCs, etc., and got that interest. Like I said, the episode out today is all about the pros and cons of buying a repossession property. So you can get it cheaper, but hey, there could be a detrimental side. So please, I'll put the link down below. Have a listen to it. Please please subscribe if you're not already subscribing, and please share it to your network. It costs you absolutely nothing to share it, but it means a massive amount to me, and I'm so grateful for any support. Like I said, I feel like one of the luckiest guys around. So at the moment, we're audio only, solo content audio only. However, we are going to be moving to guests in the very near future. And I've got a very good mortgage broker who's going to come on and do a couple of episodes with me, one on general on mortgages and the other one on funding for social houses and mortgage for social housing. And I'm looking around for more guests, and I've had a couple of people approach me and say, yeah, we'll be a guest. And they're really top quality people. And I think you'll find them very interesting when we do these recordings. And as soon as we get that sorted and up and running properly, then we're going to go and mostly move over to the video side of it. Because at the moment we don't do video. I want to do video, but I want to get everything right. So I've got the solo content first, and I've been practicing on that, trying to get that really up to scratch. And now I want to get the guests and get that started and bring that up to scratch as well. And then we'll look at video and move to video hopefully before the end of the year. It could roll into next year, but I'm hoping by the end of the year. Maybe doing it from Thailand. I like to get away. What does property mean to you? Well, it means location freedom to me. So I like to be away for the winter. Anyway, that's enough for me rabbiting on. Don't forget, this week's This week's podcast is about the pros and cons of investing in repossession properties. In fact, I'm sitting in one now. My home, I bought 20 odd years ago, crikey, 26, 27 years ago, and it was a repossession at the time. Got it for a song. Hey, it's mortgage free now, and I use this. And I'm not a financial advisor, but I use my property here as it's unencumbered to leverage finance for my investment properties. So that's one of the pros, I suppose. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor. I can only tell you what I do. So anyway, have a listen to the podcast, like, subscribe, and please share. We'll catch you in the next episode. And thank you very much for your support. It's so much appreciated.